Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer II, The Twisted in the Twilight, where today we perform a ritual of rebirth and hopefully don't lose the campaign in the attempt. So, we're not quite where I would like to be on health. We could... It's going to take how many turns for these to rebuild? 4, jeez. Okay, we could fold these into a single unit and just recruit a new unit. I think we're going to do that. Let's just, we'll go hang out in the Witchwood for a second. Does that make it more reasonable to wait? It still makes a lot of sense to just merge these two and then get somebody new in here. So, the question is, do we want to just replace them with a new Glade Guard, or do we want to... Maybe we should pick up some Hawk Riders. So, like, the downside of the Hawk Riders versus the Glade Guard, obviously, is that while Hawk Riders do hit harder, there are 80 Glade Guard in a unit, and there's only 24 Hawk Riders, hitting at about twice the strength of the Glade Guard. So it's still a lot less total damage. There's a lot to be said for being able to get like behind enemy lines and shoot at their siege crews and stuff, but you do lose some volume of fire, right? I think we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're pretty good. Yeah, we're pretty good at Hawk Rider. We have a lot of bonuses to Hawk Riders. I did not realize that Hawk Riders have a bonus versus large. They only have 38 attack and 19 defense, so, you know, you would not generally use them as a melee unit, but I guess it is a thing you could do, technically. Weird. Alright, anyway, I think that's what we're going to do, so next turn... Invincible. I didn't actually click it. Next turn, we're going to hit the rebirth button, and our army will be at full strength when that occurs. And then, in a couple of turns after we've built up a big pile of gold here, we'll start that second army. You are just going to keep doing this because it's fun and easy to do. Yeah, just break their stuff. Disruption and destruction. Alright, causes fear when fighting against Skaven. They have learned that Varsio is not to be messed with. So, what do we want to focus on next? I don't actually think that upgrading the damage building action is very good. All it's really doing is making it so that they have to pay a gold cost to repair their building, and this will increase the gold cost, but it's still very minor. You do have a passive income modification, so we could turn this up, and then it would be, you know, potentially the case that it makes sense to bring Varsio back and have her play defense in our own territory while boosting our income. But let's work on Assault Unit first. We'll max out Assault Unit and also Wound, so she's really dangerous against enemy armies. Alright, let's see if any of our foes come after us. The fact that we were able to ask the Exiles to send an army over to here is probably going to be pretty helpful in our defense, because Skaven armies and Dark Elf armies are both probably going to come at us from this angle, so if the Exiles just put some bodies in the way, they can maybe absorb some of that while we're doing our ritual. You know, it's good to have friends, especially friends who don't mind getting blown up on your behalf. Oh, also, I forgot. I said we were going to keep an eye on what's going on in the forest because of the Skaven War, and we're not actually doing so. That's fine. Everything looks fine over here. Lots and lots of wood elves guarding the tree. Alright, let's press this button and see what happens. Perform the ritual.
Enemies muster nearby to disrupt the ritual.
They can be weakened if attacked before the appearance of their forces. That's what they tell us. I'm pretty sure that's what they told us before, and it didn't turn out to be the case. But we'll see. They're still weak. Preemptive strike might catch them unawares. Okay, let's try it. Let's see if that seems at all correct. Oh, multiple locations, in fact. The ritual of rebirth has been successfully initiated. Once the Witchwood is fully healed by the ritual, it can revitalize the world roots beneath. But take heed. For some unseen purpose, the scheming Skaven have emerged from their underground warrens at the forest's edge, seemingly gathering strength for an attack. Oh no. Well, given the positions of these 3 attacks, I'd say let's clear out this one first, and then we can sweep around and get the others.
Itching for fresh battle.
Gosh, I hope these ones are actually weak when we catch them early. I mean, it's possible that the other ones would have been... It's possible that those Dark Elves were weak, and that if we had let them sit, they would have gotten even stronger, which is a little scary to think about. Razor Standard on one of the new guys, right? Oh, we'll put the Razor Standard on the Wraiths. The Wraiths are already pretty DPS focused. The enemy failed to spot your ambush, and yeah, their army is tiny and weak. Let's just go ahead and auto-resolve that. I don't know if it's even really that regrettable. So we can just go back to full health, but also we're in our own territory. We'll probably go back to full health for free. So, do we want 3 turns of physical resistance or 3 turns of missile strength? It's probably the missile strength. And hey, what a surprise, the forge is lit. Who could have predicted that I might commit a bunch of violence to light the forge? Alright, so we'll just march right back, and hopefully we can catch the next one, next turn. Alright, we maxed out Quartermaster. I think we'll grab Lightning Strike now. We still don't need it right this second, but I want to have an army that has it, and after we finish... oh, we do have to spend 5 skill points in this group before we can move up to Home Amongst the Vows anyway. So I guess let's grab a little bit of replenishment rate. I do want to grab Lightning Strike. As soon as we have 5 points in this box, we're going to grab this, and then we're probably going to stop paying attention to the blue line for a little bit, because we're unlocking lots of other stuff. Oh, also, we hit level 12, and that means we'll be offered our legendary quest, which is potentially exciting, because it's going to... our great big dragon mount is locked behind that quest. And I don't know exactly how good a forest dragon is as a mount, but like it's a dragon, right? It can't be bad. All right, let's grab some ranged attack stuff. So that one's turning red at a rate a little faster than I would like. Farcio is just going to stay over here and watch the enemies. Are you coming over here to assassinate me? You might be, and I'm pretty bad at assassinating, unfortunately. Even with all those relevant skill points. Really, 38%. Huh. Well, that's just very bad. Okay, keep leveling up. Continuing to level up will increase your effectiveness as a hero. Even on skill points where we don't, or even on levels where we don't gain a skill point in wound, just like the base level of the hero is a significant portion of the calculation. Alright, Daith, what do you got for us? The ability to refine that dragon pendant. Seems like a real good idea. Oh, we are finally in a situation where I don't think we need the temporary boost. Okay, this is really good news. Olithanar has declared war on Clan Rictus. Hopefully he'll send an army north. The fact that we're allied, and he is now at war with our enemy, means that we can direct his armies to Venomglade as well, which I think we will absolutely do. And then, Olithanar's not at war with the Dark Elves of Nagarond, but he may end up at war with them. I'm pretty sure it's like a big lore thing that Olithanar does not like Dark Elves. I mean, all of the High Elves don't like Dark Elves. Quest successful. Okay, so the first step of our legendary quest was to put a Spellsinger in our army, and we accidentally already did it. The enigmatic Sisters of Twilight share as much of an otherworldly bond with the forest fauna as with the forest itself. They are masters of the wild beasts, an advantage they use with frightening effect when fighting atop their loyal flying mounts that carry them through war-torn skies. Gwendolor, the wise and even-tempered great eagle, I mean, obviously, eagles known for their even-temperedness, and, I'm gonna guess, Seathinhar, the fearless and hot-blooded forest dragon. Listen, that looks real Gaelic to me, and the only thing I really know about Gaelic languages is the vowels don't work the way I expect them to, but I have no idea how this would be pronounced, so that's my guess. To Arahan's seething anger and Nestra's concern, Seathinhar had not responded to their latest calls. Arahan immediately suspected foul play, while Nestra urged restraint, suggesting that they form a search party to first rule out the possibility that the forest dragon had merely gone absent by its own accord. If the sisters are to venture... Wow, there's a lot of text here. If the sisters are to venture out of the relative safety of the Witchwood, however, they will have to travel deep behind Druki lines. Such a foray cannot be taken lightly, for Marathi, the once nemesis of their Queen Ariel, surely has spies all across Nagaroth. The sisters know it would be foolish to travel into the chilly wilderness without additional help, so they first must seek an individual with a skill set that might give them an edge in any hostile encounters that might befall them. That's way too much text to get across the very little idea that they got across there. Yep, I know. I'm working on it. Okay, second step. Move any character to Venomglade. Oh, alright. The sisters understand that forest dragons do not exclusively live at high altitudes as one would expect. That's not what I would expect. I would expect they live in a forest. In the wild, they lurk in caves and crevices of the sheerest rock faces, even those that are located in lowland regions. Chasms in craggy areas protected by forest canopies are where forest dragons are born and nursed, particularly places shielded from the attentions of glory-seeking heroes. This also makes them the sort of places where Seath Har was likely to retreat to, if seeking solitude. Arahan still suspects evil forces are at work, but Nestra quells her sister's rage by insisting the search party make their way to the nearest habitat that would be hospitable to a forest dragon. A process of elimination will have to be enough. Venomglade, located in nearby Shadowwood, is one such location, bordered by great chasms and low-lying forest cliffs. With the search party now at sufficient strength, it will be the sisters' next destination. Yeah, you could cut this whole, Audubon Society paragraph from this, probably, without losing anything.
Bring me battle.
Anyway, that one's gonna finish, but we can catch this one early. And then maybe from here the sisters just fall back to the Witchwood so that we can defend against the stronger invasion with the help of the 20-unit garrison.
Make it quick. Make them scream.
So do we want to just refresh?
There's no other way.
Or do I want to take 1,000 gold? Because this is the time, right, when we could start putting together that second army.
This is the price you pay.
I'm gonna do that.
Before cruelty,
Okay, we picked up another War Dancer Drummer. We have, in fact, achieved victory over Skaven multiple times. And then, yeah, maybe we do just fall back to the Wildwood. Alright, so what do we have access to here? Reload time reduction, bonus missile strength, a whole lot of extra ammo, or movement speed. So, with a missile strength of 278, it's very easy with heroes and the very large amounts of damage that they deal to go so high on damage that you're effectively wasting a bunch, right? A lot of heroes hit for 500 or 600, and if you put another 20% damage on that, it's kind of like gaining nothing if they're fighting most units, because they're already killing anything that they hit for 600. I don't know, with this only being 278, I think it's probably worth focusing on this. And then obviously, if you're teching a hero to fight against other characters, then no amount of bonus damage is going to be wasted. But that's not what all heroes are for.
The unbridled glory of battle.
Are we... Ooh, we're not actually... It might be dangerous for us to make the full run.
With grace.
I'm going to move to here and go into ambush mode. Because I don't know if this invasion army is going to spawn and immediately move, and I don't want to get caught in march mode slightly outside of reinforcement range, which is where our movement would have ended. Okay, we could spend 11,000 gold upgrading this. It's 50 extra gold per turn, 1% extra income from all buildings. It does open up 2 more build slots. Yeah, alright, you know what? We'll do this instead of starting that second army right this second, because I would like extra recruitment buildings available before we, well, maybe not before we start the second army, but we want to have more types of units available to us when we have a second army. And you are already in the Venomglade, but we're going to have to do something before the game recalculates here. Let's just damage a building again, because it's fun and easy. There we go. Capture and occupy Claire Carond. Well, that's a problem. Arriving at the fringes of the Shadowwood... Oops, the text... this one. Nope, not that one. Where's the step? Here it is. Here's the new step. Arriving at the fringes of Shadowwood, the sisters beheld a wild, near untraversable terrain, where clusters of great trees grow directly out of sheer cliff faces. After sending their most experienced trackers to scout the land for signs of Seath Har, it quickly became clear that their companion was nowhere to be seen. Arahan's rage could be abated no more. "We have done this your way, sister," she exclaimed through clenched teeth. "Now let us do it my way. We are in Clarkaran territory, realm of Druki's high beastmasters. If anyone knows where our dragon is, it's those beast-driving fools. Nestra knows that her impetuous sister is right. To her sorrow and Arahan's delight, there will clearly be no way of getting information out of their black-hearted cousins that isn't going to involve some form of violence. Well, okay, I have a lot of bad news on that front. So it's going to be real awkward for us to take Clark Heron by force, given that it's held by an ally. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to solve that problem. Alright, let's call it there. That was a pretty productive turn. It's possible that Clark Heron will be taken from the Tomb Kings by a Dark Elf army or something, and then we could do it. Unfortunately, that's going to have to be our hope. You don't usually want to see your allies get horribly murdered. But, you know, if there's a dragon at stake, maybe maybe a little bit of ally death is warranted. We also could just, like, eventually turn on them, but that's definitely not a right now problem. Oh, wait, quest aborted because you can't do that. Is it going to give us something else? Oh, okay, it basically just counted it as completed. That's actually really nice that's how that works. Arahan screamed with joy at the helm of the raiding party as they wreaked havoc in the lands of Clark Heron. It's like several turns ago. It did not take long for the Dark Elf Beastmasters and their beastly retinues to show up, cracking their whips and shouting vaguely familiar war cries. With fire in her heart, Arahan took them on herself, skillfully disabling the High Beastmasters themselves with her bow, before causing so much havoc among their leaderless critters that a short stampede later it was all over. Nestra approached one of the Beastmasters who had barely survived her sister's arrows. Sputtering blood and clearly in the last moments of his life, the Druki claimed that they did capture a forest dragon not long before, but soon after were ambushed by the creatures they knew as the Untamable Ones, Beastmen. As would be expected, very few of the High Beastmasters survived the ambush, but the informant claimed he saw the dragon taken alive, lassoed before being dragged into the forest. Boy, how many beastmen do you need to pull a dragon anywhere with a lasso? The sisters know of one obvious place to look for the foul children of chaos. In the nearby forest enclave of Witchwood Hollow, their scouts had already spotted their foul herdstones, the only reliable evidence of a beastman presence. So we're going to have to fight a beastman army that at the very least will include minotaurs and a Cygor. And there will be reinforcements, and they got fancy named characters, and we'll get our dragon, of course, and the United Again trait. Ability, Call to Seethenhar. Oh, that's cool. So you effectively get to use both of your mounts, even though you can only ride one at a time. That's a neat idea. Alright, I'm excited about this, but obviously let's make sure the ritual works out first. And new threats. You guys are on your own for that. We got our Skaven army that we let fully build up here.
Stupid.
I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, this doesn't look all that scary. There's a couple units of those Doomflayers, and they have the Plague Claw Catapult, which is one of my favorite long-range siege weapons. They got a Brood Horror, which is a new thing. I'm not familiar with this, but it's some kind of big monster unit. And a Mutant Rat Ogre, which is another thing I've not seen. 445 weapon strength. Armor-piercing anti-infantry. It's got Frenzy, which is a bad news for us, and... Oh, Packmasters and Throth the Unclean can push it to its full combat potential and restore it in battle. Well, they don't have any Packmasters, so... It doesn't honestly look like all that big of a threat. I'm not that worried. So this is our quest battle. We're going to resolve this first. We could just attack them, but I don't see any reason to do that. I guess we don't know for sure that they'll come for the Witchwood, but I bet they're coming for the Witchwood. I'm going to gamble on this. Alright, and then do we want to... It's 100 extra gold per turn at the cost of 3,200 gold now. Yeah, I mean, we should buy these upgrades as early as possible. Are all of our available economic upgrades the same amount of money, though? They're the same amount of income. This one is considerably cheaper than the others, so let's do this one first.
There can be no vanity.
Varcio, just keep wrecking stuff. Our hero's just like living 10 feet outside Venomglade and then every night running inside and blowing up a building.
Disruption and destruction.
Okay. bonus damage to buildings cause because she's getting really good at it now. She's really identifying those structural members. I guess we'll, increase boost income. Map action heroes run out of useful map action skill points to spend really quickly. Right, if they do go and burn down the temple, I'll be sad, but also that's fixable. Oh, I should have put out a call to Elithanar to go attack Venomglade. They wandered right to the edge of our our ambush range and just stopped. That's annoying. I wonder if they know, or if that's just coincidentally where their movement ran out. And Talsin is declaring war on all kinds of people nearby. That's not great. That's not great news for us. I would love it if things around the oak would remain stable until my ritual is complete. Can I tell you? I feel like in previous expansions, if we ran into a situation here where it was like, go get Clark Herond, it would have just left it like that, regardless of whether Clark Herond was occupied by an ally. I really appreciate that they're kind of like working out the quest logic and making it disregard irrelevant steps. Do we want another new weapon? Because we're still talking about picking up a new lord soon, right? I guess our combat glade captain has a really crummy piece of armor on. Let's get new armor. Hopefully get something a little better. Melee defense +1 for all units in your own army, and ooh, physical resistance and immune to psychology for all nearby allies. Yo, that's a better piece of gear. Screw this thing. 5 points of armor and fire resistance. Okay. So, you're not quite in range for me to attack you and get reinforcements. I'm gonna let it come to us. I don't think it sees us. I think it's gonna wander into the ambush and we're gonna get to go 40 versus 20, and why not let things go down the easy way? Alright, you just keep damaging that building. Alright, we got lucky. Like, pretty lucky there. We had we won a coin flip like 4 times in a row. We were about to do for a loss.
Do not look for me in the light. I lurk in shadow.
Okay, could you lurk in these shadows? You know what I actually didn't look at, and I probably should. What is the strength rank of Clan Rictus right now? They are rank 10. They are showing considerably more powerful than I am. Probably they have several armies, is what this is. The Exiles are more powerful than I am. Nagaryth actually is not. That's worrying because we have one army that still has a lot of like non-specialized tier 1 units in it. So Nagaryth is probably just real soft right now. Okay, we got our bonus recruit rank thing done. That would be really cool if we had any ports. Plus income from hunting buildings. So we do have a hunting building. We don't have a ton of cavalry, but that's because we don't have a cavalry building, and we're working toward getting slots for one. So that might be a thing worth picking up. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're picking up Curtis the Hunter because there's upkeep minus 10% for all elves here, and that seems like very obviously the right play. Alright, let's see if they do wander into the ambush. I'm hoping that they stopped here. I'm hoping it's going to turn out they stopped there just because that's naturally the end of their movement range. They got a little lucky. Okay, it does in fact turn out to be the case. Sorry, I'm wiping my glasses off here. I don't know how there is always garbage on the lenses of my glasses. Okay. Well, we don't need to do this manually. This is pretty much a no-brainer. And I want to get to the quest battle. So let's just go ahead and clear them out. Arahan's Wrath must have worn off by now, right? So let's refresh that. And then we'll take that into the quest battle. And I think it looked like we were going to go to full recruitment anyway, or full replenishment anyway, so we can just do this quest battle this coming turn. Provided that there's not going to be another wave of people trying to disrupt the ritual. Forge of Daith, active as always. And we have, in fact, spent multiple turns in the ambush stance. So our ambush chance is getting better. Okay, lots of important traits. Yes, improve my Eagle Quiver. That seems like a real good idea.
I want one too.
Alright, so we'll grab Lightning Strike, because it's good to have Lightning Strike. We almost have this figured out. You will grab Magical Reserves, and then I'm not sure... Do we want to spend points on these other spells? Yeah, probably. When do you get your Eagle? Okay, next level. That's good. It'll be nice to have her be able to get around the battlefield and drop crows on people wherever it makes sense. You get your Stag at 10 and your Eagle at 12. Honestly, I'm wondering if we want to stick Seneschal on a Stag instead of an Eagle. Flying units are great and everything, but unfortunately the stats it shows you there are not actually accurate. I see that's an issue they haven't corrected yet. My guess is that she's actually going to be much more effective as a charging, murdering unit on the Stag than on the Eagle, because Eagles are relatively weak. You know, as a trade-off for the flight. So yeah, I don't know, we might try that. Alright, let's give this quest battle a shot. It looks like there's not going to be any more spawns here. We have 4 turns left on the ritual, so I guess I don't know that. But I want my dragon. Hopefully that's understandable.
So bored. So impatient.
Okay, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous. I mean, obviously the enemy force that we can see here is pretty soft, but we also know for a fact there's going to be reinforcements. And I am a little worried about a Cygor. This thing is not a joke. Nestra and Arahan approach Witchwood Hollow with caution. Though their forest dragon was purportedly taken alive, the involvement of the beastmen is a cause of great concern for the twin maidens. Sethanhar is a powerful and majestic beast, more than capable of taking care of itself, but somehow it has been rendered vulnerable, likely by some dark magic. There is no doubt in the sisters' minds that the foul children of chaos are up to some fell ritual, and that their dragon companion is in great danger. I was gonna say, it seems real weird that the beastmen would take a dragon alive instead of just, like, eating it on the spot, so probably they're gonna do something real awful with it.
Where's my dragon, cloven ones?
Patience, Arahan. Behold, the horned shaman performs some dark rite with their obscene stones. I know not the intent of these servants of chaos, but it surely bodes ill.
More pointless busywork, Nestra. How typically tedious of you. Well, at least I get to slaughter a few beastmen.
I sense a far greater reward than indulging your childish bloodthirst, sister. Kethenhar is near, but bound and in shadow. If we can stop this fell ritual, perhaps our winged friend shall at last be revealed to us.
I thought I smelled something else too. In the trees. No, it's probably nothing. Let's go get our dragon back. For the forest!
Okay, the game not being terribly subtle about the fact that there's going to be reinforcements coming out of the trees. Also, Kethenhar, apparently. So, let's talk about the enemy army a little bit. First of all, they got this wicked portal. This is pretty cool. They have Minotaurs. Minotaurs are basically what you would expect. They're huge bull dudes. They charge real good, so we gotta be careful of that. We got just some normal beastmen over here. So these two are shamans, not very good fighters. A beast lord can be pretty formidable in single combat. Over here, we just got some crummy gore. These are bad. These are bad infantry. And then here's the dude, the Cygor. He throws those giant rocks as though he was an artillery piece, and then on top of that, he's like a giant, and he fights like a giant. So, potentially a problem, although very vulnerable to arrows, because it's functionally impossible to miss him. And I don't think they have very much armor. Yeah, 50. 11,000 health, but only 50 armor. So, I think we want to bring our... I wish they'd let me set up here, because I think they put our army down backwards. We probably want to bring... I'm leery of running cavalry up this alley, because who knows what's going on in the trees. But I'm going to bring them over here at the very least. We can get vision of the trees, vision of what's in the trees by just putting eagles over top of them, I'm pretty sure. And then let's have the archers come over. We're gonna relocate a little bit here. I don't want to be in the middle. I don't trust it. Have our units of Eternal Guard form up in front. Have our melee units maybe off to the side a little bit more because I do not know what's coming. I'm just trying to be prepared for stuff. Delina in the middle. Sestishal also in the middle. And 2 units of Flying Hawk Riders. I'm going to command group these real fast because we're going to want to move them around a lot. Honestly, they should probably just end up over the trees. You gotta watch out for the Cygor throwing rocks at our eagles. They will be able to hit. Okay, that could have been worse. So yeah, let's Eagle Quiver this guy. Let's see how much damage that does. Did it happen? I mean, we're doing good damage here. It's not going down super fast. So it does look like they just don't have a lot of sneaky reinforcements.
The season of war!
Yeah, well, the vast majority of the damage that Cygor is taking is from the hero. We could probably have these Hawk Riders switch over to other targets. I'm going to focus on the Minotaurs. Minotaurs are not super armored. Yeah, we're forming up pretty quickly here. One thing we do have to watch out for with the Beastmen is that they're pretty fast. Now, I'll tell you what, this is a situation where I wish Sestishal was on an eagle, because I would not feel bad about moving her over here and having her engage those wizards. We might do something similar with the sisters as soon as the Cygor's down. We're getting there on that. I'm gonna let that keep working. And I'm gonna bring... What do I want to do with you? I don't really want you to just be in place to get charged by Minotaurs. Let's bring you around here. Cygor rocks are doing a lot of damage. No, go around... Yeah, go around this way. I'm going to have the eagle harass these casters. And let's watch out for this. So we know that they're going to... let's have these Eternal Guard just turn around right here. I'm gonna change our stance a little bit here because we are getting caught while still moving. You should fall back a little bit more. We have some archers in place already. Let's just make sure that we're ready for what is coming. So we have Minotaurs coming through. I'm not too worried about the Ungor. Ungor are even worse than Gore, and Gore are pretty not okay. These are very soft units. But I am real worried about those Minotaurs. So this unit of Eternal Guard sets up. These Wildwood Rangers set up behind them. The Eternal Guard is going to receive the charge if we have any say about it. And then these units will be nearby to fold in and hit the Minotaurs in the back. And here come reinforcements. Good thing, good time to be paused and noticing. Okay, so that's a Bestigor herd. These are like Gore, except these are the best ones. They're actually dangerous. There's also another Beast Lord and some random Chod. The Bestigor we have to worry about. They are probably better melee units than anything we have at the moment. Alright. The Centaur's going down. More beastmen surge toward the herdstones. For right now, it's just this stuff coming in. Alright, we'll worry about that in a minute. They're not in position to be a problem for us just yet. Is the eagle... Okay, I was going to say. It seems to have lost track of what it was supposed to be doing. Those Minotaurs are going down pretty quickly. The arrows are doing the thing arrows do. For the most part, it is the case that... Wow, that Beast Lord is messing us up. Hold on, let's cast some spells here. So, first things first... I am going to summon an additional eagle. Actually, I know I was just trash-talking this spell recently, but let's get an extra eagle out here for harassing casters. My poor Eternal Guard are getting blown up. This guy did something explosive. He's been Pan's Impenetrable pelted, which is very awkward for us. We just need more melee on this side. It turns out they didn't charge in the way that I thought they were going to at all. So... chase that unit down and make sure they break. Like, right now they're running away, but they're not in the permanent give-up state. I need them to be in the permanent give-up state. You guys run forward and harass the caster, and let's target with the archers a little bit. So I don't really care about the Ungor too much. And the spellcasters have to go down, but I don't think the archers shooting into trees is the way to handle that. Yeah, I guess just shoot it, guys. Just whoever's around. I am not going to attempt to engage the Lord with arrows, because I think we're too likely to just hit our own units. So yeah, you guys do this. This eagle should go after the other caster. And the riders... let's have both the units of riders just shoot into... you know what, maybe we want to save our arrow activations for what's coming up here. And the sisters, it seems like the sisters did a lot of damage to this guy initially and then just stopped attacking him. So let's make sure that they are staying focused. Alright, more eagles on the casters. Lots of spells, lots of buffs. You can see beastmen have a lot of problems with leadership. Okay, minotaurs are permanently broken. So turn around and do this. And it looks like we are getting that lord under control. Alright. Good enough. Those guys are broken enough. I'm gonna have Sestashel go handle this. I was really expecting that this guy would be dead by now. She's a giant slayer. She can handle that. Alright, stay on the wizard who's not broken yet. We drove off... yeah, we drove off pretty much everything over here. So, time to reconsider some positioning. Let's get both the units of Hawk Riders up here. Probably just grab all of the melee and move them up to the hillside. The archers behind. Okay, the Cygor is panicking. Yeah, beastmen have serious leadership problems, and it turns out you don't have to kill the Cygor if you just make it too scared to keep fighting. Alright, over here. What is this? Is this... oh, Chaos Spawn. Dangerous units, and if I'm remembering correctly, they are immune to psychology. They do not break, they do not run. Which could be a problem for us, actually. I can't shoot my special bow attack at those guys. Alright, let's go... sorry, Eternal Guard, this is gonna really suck for you. Hawk Riders on... actually, both units of Hawk Riders on the Chaos Spawn. Spawn do high damage. We're going to have to kill every single one of them. They will not run, but they are completely unarmored. We'll get the eagles over here. I guess our summoned eagle has already degraded. 11 seconds until we can hit that button again. I mean, I guess bring in the other eagle. Why not? Oh, I forgot to tell you to move forward. That's fine. Summon the other eagle over here. The eagle will move quickly. And I'm actually going to have the Dryads move this way. Let's get you into a flanking position. And all archers. Chaos Spawn immediately. These Stag Knights, I don't really want them to just get caught in the open by the Ungor, even if Ungor are not necessarily very scary. Just because, you know, their whole thing is charging people in the back. You can, I guess, just stand and fight. I bet Sestashel could take all these dudes. In no small part because of the fact that most of them will not be able to hit her. Let's have these Wildwood Guard come this way. So we do have to have somebody kill this Beast Lord. Unless we can just panic him and make him run away. Which I suppose is a possibility. Also, this is exactly the kind of thing that we were saving extra abilities for. I want to kill those spawn as quickly as possible. It's not a bad start. Looks like they're content to have a couple units just chase our cavalry, which I love. Wow, this is going poorly very quickly. Sestashal just got absolutely wrecked by that Beast Lord. Like, I'm actually quite surprised. Alright, we're gonna ride in with friendly units just to give Sestashal some room to run, so that she's not hung up on enemy units. And then we're not gonna stay committed to this, though. Oh, apparently we're having trouble getting through. I thought we'd be able to just, like, mass our way through to the other side of that. Alright, it's pretty important that Sestashal be allowed to escape from the battle without being horribly killed. Alright, let's turn around and engage this guy, apparently. We'll use the Eagle to pursue units that are weakened but not actually broken. Somebody's got to do something about all the Bestigor. And also, somehow there's an Ungor herd that's just, like, behind everything, and... Oh, because there's stuff coming in from the other side of the map that I was not paying attention to. Well... That's not great. How do we deal with that? Okay, we're going to have the Eagle turn around and attack this Gore herd. Try to buy time for the wizard to, I don't know, run all the way over to here. Yeah, I got fixated on how badly that Beast Lord was kicking my ass, and I lost sight of the other half of the map. This is actually just a really huge number of Beastmen. Like, really, really huge. We're gonna run out of arrows. And in fact, our Eagle Riders have already run out of arrows. That's another problem that the Hawk Riders have, apparently, is that they have very poor ammunition. So actually, we need these guys to run this way, because we're going to need them to do some flanking. You got to turn around, and... So they have another Beast Lord, which is a real problem. They have another wave of Chaos Spawn, and then a bunch of garbage, but, like, we still have to respond to it. I guess turn around and attack these dudes to buy the archers time to do stuff. Stags are having trouble getting away. Out of melee mode. You are an archer again. Aho! All of a sudden, the dragon. The dragon is free. The ritual is complete, and we need dragon. Hereabouts. Here would be a good place for a dragon to be at the moment. Sadly, we've gotten swarmed here. The good news is, crows are super good against large numbers of weak bodies, like the beastmen are bringing against us. And also dragons. Dragons are good against everything. I'm not going to do Dragon Breath. Hold on. We don't want a Dragon Breath on top of our caster. That's a bad idea. Come on, get out of there. Oh god, I really hope we don't lose her. If she dies, it's like super bad for us. We just got her leveled up appropriately. Alright, you guys are going to have to come down here and help with this. You are also going to have to come down here and help with this. The fact that we got some of our melee units turned around, honestly, will probably be good enough against a lot of their very unimpressive melee units. We're going to launch the last volleys of Kurnus here, and then we're going to try to make sure I'm targeting the Chaos Spawn. And then we're going to have these Eagle Riders come down in melee mode. So we didn't actually drive off everything over here. A lot of them broke, but some of them are coming back, and the Bestigors were never fully defeated, although the Rangers are on it now. These Rangers need to come forward. These Glade Guard never actually got away. Here, come over here and fill in that slot. And then we still have this Beast Lord rampaging around, and no solution for that. Oof. Yeah. This has turned into a bit of a problem. It turns out being attacked from every side simultaneously is pretty bad. Who knew? Good armor-piercing damage at long range. You know what? Can you hit the Beast Lord with it? I would love it if we could get a big chunk of damage off of that Beast Lord. Okay, that's a start. Now you need to get over here and help with the wizard. More birds, more birds! And then just run. Hopefully the dragon will create enough she's sort of on the edge of the shape. If we keep issuing her move orders, she might be able to wiggle free. Or she'll just go into fleeing mode and stop accepting my orders. That could happen. Alright, the dragon successfully ran off the beastmen who can be run off. And it looks like the mage has stopped losing health. I think the wizard is not the main target anymore. The dragon seems to have caught their attention. Saving that wizard's life is a very high priority, in my opinion. This is why we're spending so much time and effort on it. We don't have a lot of great options for dealing with this stuff. I do not like the number of enemy units that are fleeing toward the wizard, though. Oh, right, I don't have command of her. Right, let's pull the glade guys out. They probably just need to leave the battle. But we did it. We got the wizard out of there in one piece. Summon Kethenhar and defeat the Skaven, you say? Okay. Apparently there are going to be Skaven in a second here. We did break both of these units. It looks like almost all of the beastmen have given up. So that's good news. Let's have... I never actually did have those Hawk Riders commit, but let's have those Hawk Riders commit their charge. Chaos Spawn are large, I believe, so that bonus versus large will be helpful here. Oh no, sorry. You stay on those guys. I need the Wildwood Rangers to make sure these dudes break. And it sure would be cool if our wizard would stop panicking. It turns out Kethenhar is a pretty good combat unit, though. Managed to defeat a couple of enemy units single-handedly. You guys get up near the middle. Okay, cool. We're back. She's a little covered in blood, but it's fine. A lot of it's not hers, so... Alright, everybody form up in the middle. We don't know what is coming, but we do know all of the beastmen have given up. Yep, even the Beast Lord has surrendered. So let's just gather up sort of in the middle-y area and wait for the next threat. Here they come. Because, you know, this battle hadn't been extensive enough. Alright, so some of our Glade Guard units actually still have a fair amount of ammo left. Yeah, Glade Guard's a lot of bodies with a lot of arrows. We have a little bit of ammo left on the healers, or on the heroes. And everybody who is melee has to just get in front. 8 units of Great Stag Knights that I really, really don't want to lose in combat. The Great Eagle has done actually very impressive work. I've trash-talked Great Eagles a lot, but I'm really, really pleased with how a lot of this has gone. Alright, everybody get ready. The smell of elf blood drew the Skaven, I guess. Are those Chaos Spawn actually dead? Yes, okay. Our lords still want to shoot at some of the fleeing units, which is fine, I guess. Actually, you know, I'm gonna have all the Glade Guard turn off fire at will, though. Don't waste ammo on that. Never mind. Fire at will, just at better targets. So it's a lot of Skaven slaves up front. Obviously, not very impressive units. They have a Warlock Master. Okay, yeah, I'm not too worried about Skaven slaves. Ooh, their Warlock Master has put down a brass orb right in the middle of where I wanted to put my melee, though, so you guys need to get out of there. We're going to be doing some Hawk Rider charges. Not a normal thing. But I think probably important here because we're just like, we don't have enough bodies to do things the way I would like to do things normally. So we do have Dragon Breath available. I didn't want to Dragon Breath before because obviously we were, the thing I wanted to kill was on top of a unit I was trying to help survive. It looks like they don't have anything except Skaven Slaves, so I guess we'll come over here and we'll do some Dragon Breath. It feels bad to use a limited resource on a thing that is that weak. And then we can crow these guys real bad as they come in. We do need to kill that Warlock Master, and this should be a thing Sestashal is prepared to do. What is this? Does this target... Here, we'll shoot this at the Warlock Master. We don't have any charges of your thing left, or any of your stuff. Okay. Let's try a little Dragon Breath. Wow, that was not that much damage. Alright, hold on. I have my dudes all shooting at things that are fleeing now. You know what? Everybody in on this Warlock Master. If we get rid of their Lord, we could probably make this real short. And for that same reason, melee mode, get the Warlock Master, and Kethan Har should actually land on somebody. Okay. Hopefully this will be the last wave, because we are short on resources.
For the eternal realms, eternal God, Vorhammer!
Alright, everybody just charge around. Our wizard is freaking out, even though there's no reason to be worried at this moment. More crows, always more crows. Oh, here comes the lightning. Yeah, the wizard is just constantly in a state of about to surrender. It's like all the Skaven slaves are running off, which is no big surprise. Let's get Kethan Har to transfer over here. As soon as these units break, I'm going to have everybody who's in melee range of the Warlock Master fall back, and then the arrows will get a lot of the job done. Okay. All of you, just back off.
Ready to ride!
Do we have a solution for those guys? There. There's our solution for those guys.
Eternal God!
So these are all just the same units of Skaven slaves backing off and then feeling brave and coming back in. And... there we go. That's what we needed. A little bit of dragon on Skaven action. I feel a little bad for that dude. I mean, obviously he's a loathsome monster who's trying to kill us, but also I feel bad for him.
Warriors of Ariel!
Guardians of Lauren!
Okay, I think we should be basically done here. Unless there's another wave of Skaven, in which case I don't know how we're going to beat them. I mean, our lords are actually still at full health. The sisters could potentially fight a whole bunch of stuff. Kethan Har is still healthy. Okay. A Pyrrhic victory. Yeah, I'd say it's a fair description of the thing that just happened. Our wizard is wounded very badly, but I think shouldn't die. Sometimes units that are not totally eliminated will die from their wounds after the battle if they got really, really low. Gosh, I sure hope not, though. We just got her trained up to the point where she's, like, really powerful. And now we have a dragon. I think it goes without saying, we will be riding the dragon instead of the eagle. Although, if that call ability is not like a temporary airstrike thing, but is like you get the other thing as a unit, maybe it is better to ride the eagle and have the dragon around and have 2 powerful air units instead of 1 weak one and 1 really, really powerful one. We'll try the dragon for a bit. Obviously, I want to ride the dragon. Okay, I think we're going to take the replenishment here, in case we are going to get any more units related to the rebirth ritual. Alright, we also found a hunting hound. I don't care about that. That's not a very good follower. Okay. And we got this, so now we're showing only 1,828 income. I was expecting that to be higher. Definitely put the caster on an eagle. Oh, you guys actually leveled up more than once, right? Okay, so we have our blue line figured out for the moment. Let's have a look at some of this other stuff. -2 turns between each of Date's gifts. That seems pretty good. I guess, hold on, does this only affect the normal cooldown, or does this change it so that we can relight it every time we win a battle and we don't have to wait 2 turns? Not clear. We'll pick it up eventually. A 12% reload time reduction for the entire army seems real good. We have an exclusive choice here, so plus melee attack for allies in range, plus missile damage for allies in range, or plus melee defense. I mean, it would have to be sight beyond sight, but is that the one we're taking now? Ward save and recovery time. So like this, most legendary lords have a line like this that's real short, and all of the things in it are incredibly powerful. Diplomatic relations up with all types of elves. Wow, 10% campaign movement and 10% casualty replenishment rate? Okay, we're taking Inseverable because Nistra's vigilance is obviously incredible. Arahan's Reckoning is also good. You know, we're making a lot of money from winning battles. Masters of the Ares. Vanguard deployment for Forest Dragons. That's interesting. So Vanguard deployment allows a unit to deploy outside of your normal deployment rectangle. So you can start it like behind enemies sometimes, and there's a lot of powerful stuff there. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely taking the Inseverable line next, and then we'll figure out this other stuff afterward. So for right now, just full march back to the Witchwood. I need to heal, and then we'll fill out this lost slot in our army somehow. Have we unlocked any more regiments? We have. Asrai Spears with... How do you compare to my... Oh, I didn't take any Asrai Spears. Either that or if I did, they died. So you have Frenzy, you have the Storm of Blades thing. You have Loic's Shroud, which allows you to sneak around real fast. You know what? Welcome aboard. Alright, and we definitely have enough money to start that second army now. Well, let's make sure... Did you do something this turn already? Okay, we're still getting a little bit of XP. Yeah, let's talk about that second army, shall we? So there are 4 different kinds of lords that we can take. We can have the army led by a caster lord. It's nice to have a spellcaster in each army so that each army can take advantage of the winds of magic. And a spellcaster lord is a good way to do that without having to devote a slot to them. But also, what if it was an ancient tree man, right? Right? What if it was just a giant tree? And then I don't actually know what the difference is between Gladelord male and Gladelord female. They probably... Actually, it looks like they do not have any mechanical differences. The stats are exactly the same. Weird. Why are these even different pools of units, then? Why don't they just have them all in the same list? Huh. Because there are some factions where, like, I think with the Dark Elves, the female Dreadlords and the male Dreadlords wield different weapons. So they actually are meaningfully different. Okay, well, I really want a tree man. That's pretty much what this is coming down to. So what are these 2? You have the Blight of Terrors. Enemy leadership -5 for all local enemy armies is pretty good against the kinds of things we're fighting a lot of. Like, Skaven and Beastmen have a lot of leadership problems already. And then, additionally, all enemies within 40 meters, -16 leadership 3 times per battle. That seems real good. Or 10% ward save, which is just a flat 10% damage reduction, and 1 use of the Lamentation of Despairs, which is a magic missile. Weak versus a single combatant, strikes any combatants in its path, so it's like a laser you want to shoot through a bunch of enemies. I think we're going to take this one. This seems fine, and this unit's really, really tough, but Treemen are already pretty tough. You can see they have 110 armor by default. Let's take Toltirin. Toltirin, welcome to the team. Let's get you some basics here. So, do we want to push... Oh, he's a caster. I didn't even realize that he was going to have magic. That's cool. That's cool in addition to, 400 weapon strength, although he's pretty bad melee attack by default. We can probably fix that. So, do we want to take blue line stuff, or I probably want to focus more on his spells? What are these? Plus melee attack for everyone nearby, plus missile damage. Okay, these are familiar. Let's focus on the spells early on here. So the Awakening of the Wood is like a bunch of vines and trees grow up under the ground, or from the ground under the targeted enemies. Does a little bit of damage and then really dramatically slows them. I don't think it's a great spell, actually, but there is some pretty cool stuff in that school of magic that we'll learn eventually. And what do we want to pick up for Toltirin? Do you have any particular... Yeah, okay, here we go. I was figuring, as a tree man, probably some tree-themed abilities. So Dryads and Treekin in this army can get some decent upgrades. Yo, 10% ward save, that's pretty good. Yeah, so we would like to recruit tree-type units, but we don't actually have a lot of access to them, unfortunately. I'm going to grab some Dryads from the global pool, because remember, we do have a Dryad building, it's just not in this region. Actually, max me out on that. Give me five units of Dryads from the global pool. And then some archers to support them. I think we'll just go for normal Glade Guard with this army. Maybe like a couple units of Hawk Riders. Okay, there we go. So in 2 turns, Toltirin will have something going here. And we're unfortunately 9 turns off of having the slots to build more buildings. Oh, right, and then Toltirin gets to join the government, gets to be part of our council. So... What offices are you qualified for? You can't be High Weaver, Queen's Champion, or Dark Weaver. Required rank 1. Huh. Why? Is this just a thing that only elves can do? It doesn't actually... I'm not 100% clear on why he can't be in these offices. Well, whatever. So, Tree Singer of Isha. Gives the character the title Tree Singer, reduces the magic cost for Awakening of the Wood, and gives regeneration to Dryads and Treekins and Treemen. That seems like a winner to me. The Beastbinder gets bonus weapon damage when mounted on a thing. Treeman obviously will not work on a mount. There's nothing that can carry them. And this... Okay. Yeah, Tree Singer is pretty obviously the right call. Okay, well we are ready if anybody else wants to come and try to disrupt our ritual. So we're going to see our income per turn go down pretty sharply as those units get recruited, but we're also going to be sending the Sisters Army through the world routes to fight some other dudes soon. So, we'll get money. We'll be fine. They want a military alliance. I absolutely do not. I would really like for this Ritual of Rebirth to complete without any more scary garbage coming out of the ground at us. That would be really nice. Well, unfortunately, there are in fact more beastmen coming. A messenger from Avalorn, court of the Queen of Alariel, has arrived with dire news. A mighty host of chaos has invaded their kingdom and seeks to burn it to the ground. The demon worshippers' masters thirst for Asur souls, but more than that, they seek to annihilate the heirs of Anarion and destroy the vortex that prevents their return. Alariel has hastily opened up the world route's pathway to Avalorn and beseeches you for aid. Oh wow, they burned down Gain Vale already. Jeez. Okay. I feel like we should probably do something about all of that. I mean, the deep roots are cleared. Okay, cooldown reduction on the deep roots. Please come save us. Yeah. Can we see what's in this army at all? I want to select these guys. No, nothing. We have no information. Aside from the fact that they got a chaos sorcerer leading them. Well...
Chosen of Isha.
Can we make friends with Ilario?
What do you
She's asking for my help. I would love it if we could be... Okay. Well, we can world route over here. This is one of the forests. Maybe we ought to. Maybe that's a good thing for the Sisters Army to do. The thing is, I really want to spend a turn or two just healing. So we are not in great shape right now. If I were to go into encampment... Okay, so like 2 turns of just sitting around will have us back in really good shape. I don't know what to do, but I am noticing that we're 65 minutes into the episode, so maybe this is a good time to take a break and think about it. That is where we're going to leave it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we'll be raising an army of tree monsters to defend the Witchwood, and probably going on a world murder tour. So listen, there's a lot of different vowel sounds in that. Nobody could possibly have gotten through it. And we'll see you then.